What's up, my boys in the second channel? It's me. I was about to say my actual name. Um, Not a good idea. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about I don't regret things, and I don't have guilt, and I always think it's kind of weird that people do. I don't. Well, okay, it's not weird. It's just it's almost. Is it funny? Funny seems like a disrespectful term, but like, okay, if I do something bad, I don't feel guilty about it. I just enjoy it, right? I just enjoy the bad stuff I do. It is always real surprising to me, like bearing witness to somebody who is actively hating the things they're doing and themselves and do it anyway, and just feel horrific regret and guilt over it. And I'm just like, damn, bro, like, what if you just did it? You know what I mean? Like, because there are things that I don't do because they're unsustainable, right? Like, for example, like I always think of this one dude I used to run with. And this dude, he's a good guy. He's actually like quite nice. But this man committed a lot of the sins that I committed. We'll just say we have a very similar. Well, I don't know if he's past me. I don't know. I did some really heinous shit. I did some uniquely bad shit. But in terms of volume, he's way past me. And that man, I see this man regretting everything all the time. He is also not out of the trap. He's not. I've been out of the trap for like 6 years, say 7. It's been 7 years, almost 8. It's almost been 8 years. And I loved it. I loved every second of what I was doing. But I stopped, of course, because it's like an unsustainable thing. I didn't stop because I was guilty. I didn't stop because I felt bad. Because quite often, like when you look at people that feel bad about the stuff they're doing, feeling bad is not enough of a motivating factor. It just tortures them on top of the stuff they're already doing. Like they're just stuck there, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, I wrote something. A minute ago. Is my new project called Lamentations. I was actually going to name this project Sentient Evil, but I totally forgot. I forgot to name it Sentient Evil, so I named it Lacking Limitations, and it's a pretty good name, so I'll just name the next project Sentient Evil once I get there. But Lacking Lamentations. Worse, so that's the title. Worse than you'd think, evil beyond my years. From humanity I drink, similar to stomach bleach sears. Unnatural accidents, evil so sentient. Never to see what regret prevents, a permanent orient. A demon's tears run dry, a pretty river of vicarious crying. I'm your nourishment, earth and sky. A devil has no need for lying. Your weakness is divine, dense in human equations. My forked tongue licks those that shine, forever lacking lamentations. Pretty heat. I actually really like that one. I don't regret anything, and I love people that do. I love interacting with them. They just drip with emotion. Oh, this is really psychotic. Okay, this is not supposed to be like this. This is supposed to be a more introspective video. No, it's so tasty, man. It's honestly, it is a very interesting thing because it makes me feel like I'm a human being when I'm around somebody who is just like actively caring about everything. Like, especially there's some people that will just think about bad situations that they've done or other people have done and just like tear up. It is they're incapable of stealing themselves off, or they steal themselves off to such an extent to where they can't feel anything. And to some extent, I almost like that as well because then you have to kind of it's like a crab, you know what I mean? Like you kind of have to work your way in its shell, and then you can pop it open and kind of see what's going on in there. That stuff's pretty cool. I'm really glad I don't have that. I think that if I was born with like guilt and regret and like being capable of all those, I'd be okay. Maybe I wouldn't be okay. I don't know. But now, dude, I could not imagine like looking back because like, dude, the guy that I ran with, like, I see the stuff he like talks about and posts and like chills me with, and like This dude is going through every single stage of grief every day simultaneously. It's like, I assume it's like there's like IEDs in his brain, just because like I have my own mental issues, right? But they're like unrelated to not having guilt or regret. Like I couldn't imagine having the mental issues I have now, and then on top of that, stacking like the human nerf, the drawback of guilt and regret. Because it's not enough to make you stop doing the things that you're doing that are wrong. Maybe is it a hindrance? Honestly, the fact that, because you can't ever undo some of the stuff you've done, so what's the point in not doing it, right? Like I can tell you the reason why I don't do, for example, criminal activity is because it has nothing to do with any of the people I've hurt. Who cares, right? Like true, like well and truly, it does not matter. I'm sure they don't even care at this point. But if I keep going, I go to jail forever. It's not even like an ethical thing. It's just like a self-preservation thing. But why would you want to self-preserve if you're racked with guilt? You might as well just do more. There's no reason to save yourself. Crazy type of crazy situations. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this video. I thought this was going to be a deeper video, and it wasn't. It was just me rambling about being having kind of sociopathic tendencies. So there's that. See you guys tomorrow. I'm hanging out with my friend tomorrow. That'll be pretty cool. I'm excited. Yeah. All right, deuces, y'all.